and thanks for joining me on this episode of Engrain Woodworks. Today we're using our SilverBack 6060 CNC router to make our first three-dimensional carve. Now I know realistically this is 2.5D because we're not carving all the way around the object, but it's still referred to as 3D carving. And today, in honor of my fellow Marine Corps brothers and sisters, I'm carving out an EGA, or an Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, the Marine Corps' insignia. So I've already gone into Carve and pulled this STL in off of Thingiverse and created the tool paths, and I'll show that in a separate video as it's a whole video by itself. So for this video I'm just going to set up and carve the actual item itself. So popping over into easel, we're going to take a look at what I have here. So this first one is our roughing pass, and you can see here it's a 15-minute roughing pass, and it's using a raster cut to go back and forth across this plane here, and you can see that it's centered at the 0, point for the XY. So it's not going to start from a corner and move towards the center. We're going to start out in the center, and it's going to move from there, and that's going to make it really easy to set up our second cut as well for a detail pass in that same location, even though easel will use our same XY. Now the finishing pass, when we click over to it, you can see it's mostly blue here, and that's because it is a significant number of passes. Even then, it's still only 37 minutes with a 1/8 inch ball nose spiral bit. Now I have switched over to the Makita router here, so we have plenty of power to complete this carve. And with that Makita router, I did have to go out and purchase an 1/8 inch collet to go in this. So I do have one of those. I picked it up from, I believe it's called Erie Toolworks, but I'll link that collet down below so that you can head over there. It's a local company to me as far as it is in Ohio, and I'm in Ohio. But they make a great product. It's a very well machined part, so we'll be using that for the second portion of this for our 1/8 inch bit. For our roughing bit though, we are using just a standard 1/4 inch down cut spiral. I wanted the down cut because I do want to cut along the edges of this piece and have a nice show face without a bunch of fuzz. So I'm going to use the down cut for the roughing pass. So it's pretty simple when you import the G code. So I had actually exported my tool paths as G code. It's ready to go. It uses the settings that you already set up in Carve. So I'm just going to click Carve. We're going to home our machine. And there we go, our machine is homed. We are importing all of this. We're going to click I understand. That's just easel adding some basic commands in there. We are sure that our material is secured. Now I'd already set up my material thickness in Carve, so it's going to use that material thickness rather than giving you the option for material thickness. And my material is actually a little bit thicker than what it said there, which is absolutely fine because I don't want to carve the relief all the way down through it. So really anything that's thicker than your relief will be safe. Alright, so we're going to get ready to probe for our 0. So I'm going to, the easy way to do this is to move at least 10 millimeters at a time. In this case, I'm actually going to move 50 millimeters at a time so we can get there a little quicker. Jump in. I just did that by typing in the custom XY. So we're going to move this forward 50 millimeters at a time. Move it in towards our center point. Alright, now that we're there, that we're close, we're going to reduce our increments. We're going to lower our Z height down so we can see when we are getting close to that center point. Moving over, moving down. Alright, and that looks pretty good. I'm going to raise my Z height back up so that I can get my probe underneath it. So I'm going to, oh, let me raise that again. I didn't go enough. There we go. Oh. Attach my clip. Clip is attached. Touch our touch plate. Touch plate's in place. Start probing. And that was a quick one because we were already really close to the plate. Z probe is put away. Set our XY0. Turn on my spindle. Spindle's on. Carve away.